Xander Holt here. Welcome to the Rock Hard for Life Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make the Big Bad Boner Punch smoothie, which is one of my most popular smoothies from my book, 7 Super Sex Smoothies. But in addition to that, I'm going to show you some tweaks that you can make to this smoothie that's not in the book that makes it even more powerful. So before I dive into making this smoothie, though, there's a couple things to keep in mind that when it comes to smoothies. First of all, nutrition, smoothies, salads, all those things are one aspect of the erection ecosystem. There's way more to getting rock hard erections than just nutrition, but it is an important part of it. Okay, but it's just one aspect of the entire impact point matrix, the entire erection ecosystem. And that leads into the second point is, since it's just one aspect, don't feel like you're just going to automatically get an erection when you drink a smoothie, any more than you would automatically get an erection when you eat a salad, right? Nutrition is one aspect of erections. Right? You've got relaxation, arousal, a whole other host of factors within that ecosystem that need to be working correctly in order to pop those rock hard boners. Even ED drugs, a lot of guys don't just pop an erection when they take the pill. You still got to have other aspects, like for instance being aroused. So just keep that in mind, because these smoothies can really help build up your erections when you go into the bedroom. But if that foundation is not strong, then it's not going to be enough. Okay, if you have a good, strong, solid foundation, which means that your erection ecosystem is at least working good enough, then these work really well. All right, so let's just dive into the Big Bad Boner Punch. First of all, we're going to start with watermelon. Now, watermelon is a powerful erection booster because it's very high in something called citrulline. And citrulline is a significant nitric oxide booster. So this really helps with your overall erections. Now, if you've got the book, 7 Super Sex Smoothies, then it says 3 cups of watermelon. So I'm not going to measure all this out, just sort of eyeball it. But one of these pieces would probably work. I'm probably going to go with the larger piece here. That's probably more than 3 cups, but the watermelon's the most important part of the whole thing. So what you can do too, and this is what I'm going to do, is you can actually keep the rind on, because most of the citrulline is in the rind itself. Now if you do this, make sure you wash this watermelon, which I did, because you're going to be eating the skin, the rind. And also the seeds have a lot of L-citrulline in them, so you can eat the seeds as well, and it will grind it all up, so you won't even know it's in there. But I'm going to start with that, and if you can get organic watermelon, that's even better. Just sort of chop it up into chunks, so it's going to be easy for the Vitamix or whatever blender you have to blend it up. Okay. Like so. And when I put the rind in like this, I like to add honey to that, which I'll talk in a second, because the rind is not sweet. If you're not having the rind in there and you're just having the meat, then you're probably fine. Okay, I'm just going to go with that. That should be plenty right there. That's going to make a pretty big smoothie, but that's fine. I like big smoothies. Okay, next, if you're reading the instructions out of the book, it's going to call for a half cup of frozen blueberries in a half cup of a cup of frozen pineapple. So I don't tend to think about it in those terms so much. I like to get mixed bags. This is one of my favorites, this Wyman's Mango Berry. This thing makes awesome smoothies. And it's got mango, strawberries, and wild blueberries, which are fantastic. All of those things are fantastic for your sexual functioning. So I'm going to do a combination of the two. I'm going to go ahead and put in the frozen pineapple, okay, because that is really good for your erections. And it tastes amazing. And it also makes your semen taste sweeter, which is a nice little plus. So I'm going to put this in here I don't really measure these things out. I put in about a cup. Okay. And by the way, you can share these with your woman. This helps her blood flow as well. Okay, and then I'm going to get some of this in. This has got blueberries and strawberries and mangoes. Let's see if I can get how many of these blueberries I get in there. There's a bunch of them in there, but they're like buried down. There we go. Get some of those blueberries. These are wild blueberries, which are have even more antioxidants in them. And then a tablespoon worth of coconut oil. And I'm just going to use like a regular spoon here and eyeball it once again. You don't have to be super precise on these things. You know, it's just getting the basic idea. The coconut oil, what it does is it helps your body absorb these nutrients much better. And it adds a little flavor to it, a little coconut flavor, which is nice. Okay, and the fruit in general, your body, in order to produce testosterone, needs really high quality carbohydrates. That's one of the things it needs. And especially in this day and age, there's a lot of low carb stuff going on, keto stuff going on, which can really affect your testosterone levels negatively. Or people are just eating crappy carbs in general. So your body absolutely needs carbohydrates, but you want good quality carbohydrates like these fruits. These fruits are really good for your testosterone and for your overall sexual functioning. Gives you energy when you're in the bedroom. Okay, and then I'm going to add coconut water. Now that's another thing. I said I was going to add some tweaks here. I'm going to add a couple of tweaks here for a second. But another thing about this smoothie, I think part of the reason why this one's particularly popular is not only is it one of the best tasting ones. Now I'm going to put in a cup or more of coconut water. But it also is good for shortening your refractory period. This smoothie is particularly good for that and erection quality. So the coconut water, I find one of the best ingredients when it comes to shortening your refractory period. And this has the coconut water built right into it. Okay, so this would be your standard big bad boner punch, right here. So, but I'm going to add a couple of different things. Now, you don't have to. It's really good like this. And in fact, if it's the first time you've ever made it, I recommend blending it up just like this and drinking it like that and see how you like it. Okay? Now, if the only thing I would say to that is unless you put the rind in, you might want to add some honey. I'm going to add honey to mine. Honey is full of nutrients if it's raw and unfiltered. Okay, and it's a great nitric oxide booster, and it just makes it taste really good. You can see here, this is a local honey, right? I'm here in Colorado, and it's better if you can get local, raw, unfiltered honey, because when you got a local honey, it's bees from that location, so you can actually help protect your body from allergens, like pollen allergens, because those natural antibodies are in that honey, because the bees get, use the pollen that's local to you. I hope that makes sense. All right, now another thing I like to add to this, which is not in the book, is a quarter of a lemon. Now I've washed this lemon. This is an organic lemon because we're going to eat the rind as well. So what I recommend is you cut yourself off a quarter and put it in. Really delicious. Gives it almost like a lemonade type of flavor. In fact, I would typically put in 2. Okay, for most people, that's a little too much, but I love it. So I'm going to go and put it in because I'm going to drink this thing. And so those added there. Now I'm going to talk about a couple of supplements that you can add to this to make it even more powerful. With the L-citrulline in here and all the vitamin C that's in here and the honey, it has a lot of nitric oxide production. But some people do better with the L-citrulline when it's mixed with L-arginine. Okay, and some people have a problem with L-arginine, particularly if you have herpes. It can cause herpes flare-ups in some people, L-arginine. So I don't always recommend this, but just in case you want a little bit of an extra nitric oxide boost, you probably won't need it, but an L-arginine supplement, if you take it along with this, you're going to get even more nitric oxide production because L-arginine plays really well with the citrulline that's in the watermelon. Okay, just a little tip if you want a little extra nitric oxide boosting. And then the last thing, I'm going to put this in, is horny goatweed, powdered horny goatweed. Okay, most people who have taken this, they take it in a pill form, but I actually like the taste of horny goatweed. And the reason I like to add it in here is that horny goatweed has, to me, it tastes like tea, kind of like iced tea. So when you mix that with the fruit and the lemon, I think it tastes really good. And the horny goatweed has icarin in it, which is a natural PDE5 inhibitor. And that's how ED drugs work. Now, I'm not going to go into all the mechanisms of that, but PDE5 inhibition is what keeps the nitric oxide working in your body. Okay, so that keeps the erections going. That's how ED drugs work. Not necessarily boosting your nitric oxide. This right now will boost your nitric oxide. It keeps the PDE5 inhibitors keep the nitric oxide working so it doesn't break down. Okay, and once again, this is a little more complicated than that, but I don't want to get into all the science on this. But horny goatweed, the icarin here, is a natural PDE5 inhibitor. So when you add it to a nitric oxide booster like this, it just helps keep that nitric oxide in your system once it's built up. And this particular package of horny goatweed just comes with a measuring spoon. I'm not sure what it is. If I were to guess, I would say it's probably a 1/4 teaspoon. But they put the scoop right in there. So I'm going to add this in because I like the flavor and I like the PDE5 inhibition. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Now we're going to blend this up. When you do that, I'm using a Vitamix. Start off at a slow speed. I'm going to use this plunger. And then if it's not liquid enough, you can always add more of the coconut milk in. Okay, and this is why I've got this headphones on, because this is kind of loud. And it's hard to talk over it if I don't have a mic right here on my mouth. So I'm pushing down to get these frozen fruits to start to break up on the bottom. There we go. Good, and the watermelon. Good, it's starting to break up. Very good. I'm going to bring this up even more. Okay, and then I go into high speed. Good. Now, actually, now looking at it, I would probably put a little less coconut water in because I like mine a little thicker than this typically. But this will certainly work. Okay, another thing I didn't mention was jalapeno or cayenne pepper. If you want a little kick to it, this can be really good. The sweet and the hot is really tasty. And you get the capsaicin from the jalapeno pepper or cayenne pepper, and that really helps with overall blood flow and cleaning your blood vessels out. So I like it spicy as well. But it's really good just like this. Actually, let me use this one. I'm going to pour this in here because I didn't get a glass ready. And just drink it out of there. We'll see how it is. Let me it smells first. Oh, yeah. Let's give that a shot. That's really good. Really, really good. It's nice and sweet, fruity. And it has that, like I said, that horny goatweed gives it like an iced tea flavor to it. Really tasty. Really great erection booster. And once again, great for shortening your refractory period as well. So, but keep in mind, like I said before, if you're not noticing significant effects with that, it's because the foundation of your erection ecosystem is not good enough. You need something stronger. And that's why some guys need ED drugs, is that their foundation is weak. It needs to be built upon. You know, you can't do stuff just in isolation. like just nutrition. That would be like putting, really high performance tires on your car, but the spark plug and say the spark plug isn't working and it's leaking transmission fluid. It doesn't matter how expensive and great those tires are, it's not going to work. You have to address the entire ecosystem is my point. The impact point matrix, which is what we do here at Rock Hard for Life. But once you have that foundation, at least good enough, doesn't have to be super great, but at least solid enough, then smoothies like this can make a big difference to help you in the bedroom. And my recommendation is you drink it like an hour to 2 hours before you go in to give it a chance to work in your system. All right. Let me know how you like this one. Please post it in the comments below, and I will see you in the next smoothie video.
Hey man, I hope you got a ton out of this segment of the Erection Boosting Smoothies video series, where we are diving deep into how you can make your own simple yet powerful rock-solid bedroom performance smoothies. If you would like to get free access to the entire Erection Boosting Smoothies series, make sure you click the link in the description of this video to register for free access to all of the Erection Boosting Smoothie videos in this series, along with some other surprise bonuses. Also, if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, and turn on your notifications bell so you get all of the future value-packed videos just like this that I will be releasing for you to help you be the best version of yourself and have natural, stage 4, rock-solid performance. I will see you tomorrow in the next Erection Boosting Smoothies video.